So me and my friend Yurik were just given 2 grand in an RV to go on the most totally tubular road trip around the Atlantic provinces.
Our 8-day trip will start July 14th and end July 22nd. In this video, we will be showing you our planned route and all the activities we'll be doing during that time.
At 2 p.m., after picking up 48 packs of ramen, a new kettle, and 100 bottles of water, we hopped into the Magic Cool Bus, then headed to our first stop, the Prince Edward Island Ferry.
180 kilometers and 2 hours later, we arrived at our destination, the Northumberland Ferry Terminal. After boarding our bus onto the bodacious boat, we got hungry. So we both ate 1 pack of ramen, and to prepare it, we used our shiny new kettle and a bottle of water.
On our way there, our sweet tooth made us want to have some delicious and iconic Cow's ice cream. We paid $8.50 per ice cream cone. I mean, what a great deal! By the time we arrived in PEI, it was 5 p.m. and nearing the end of our first day.
Our next stop was to get dinner. We stopped at Sutherland's restaurant, eating some tasty seafood.
Which made us feel all fancy.
This 4-star restaurant burned a $53.50 hole in our pocket.
Plus an $8 tip. At 8, we took our home on wheels and parked it in an empty parking lot, turned on some pre-downloaded episodes of Pretty Little Liars, and went to sleep.
To start our day, we drove to Chef Yvonne's for a nutritious breakfast. Our breakfasts combined cost $37.50, and again, we left an $8 tip because we're super nice.
We wanted to do something fun, so we made our way to the Sandspit Amusement Park, which was conveniently just a 2-minute walk away.
We left our bus in the parking lot.
We both got day passes for $25 each, and made our way into the park and onto some rides.
For lunch, we decided to get hot dogs and slushies, putting us down $17.
At 3 o'clock, we did one last ride and then made our way, via 9 minutes of walking, to the Wax World of the Stars,
a building housing a collection of lifelike wax figures of famous people.
After 2 hours of taking selfies with and reading the history of the wax figures, we found our way back to the Magic Cool Bus, which was still parked in Yvonne's parking lot.
Once there, we made some more ramen, watched some pre-downloaded episodes of Scream Queens, and called it a day.
We woke up late, around 10, put ourselves together, and made our way to good old Chez Yvonne's for 11 to eat brunch. After an hour and 55 minutes of eating a decent $25 meal, we decided not to leave a tip this time because the service was absolutely awful.
After filling up on the most important meal of the day, we then walked to Ripley's Believe It or Not, approximately at 1.
We walked around inside the, quote, auditorium for 2 hours, seeing creepy and weird things such as a legitimate 1850s vampire killing kit and a painted spiderweb, just to name a few.
Then I finally cracked. For some reason, I just got the urge to shoot Owen in the face. Thank goodness there was a paintball place just
36
years away.
So we geared up, in total spending $100 for the two of us combined.
To get in was only $25 each, but we wanted to upgrade our gear via physical microtransaction. For the next 5 hours, we had fun shooting at each other and the other people participating in the, quote, real-life video game, end quote.
Afterward, we turned in our weapons, walked back to our bus, ate some ramen, watched some pre-downloaded episodes of Absolutely Fabulous, and went to sleep.
For our final day on Prince Edward Island, we decided to go to Shining Waters, which was only a 3-minute walk from the Magic Cool Bus, still parked in Chez Yvonne's parking lot.
But before we went, we needed breakfast, but we didn't want to go to Yvonne's again, so we simply made ourselves some more ramen and drank some water. Pretty nutritious.
When we got to Shining Waters at 10, we both bought $25 day passes. This is when we were told that we could have bought a single ticket that would have covered all of our previous attractions we went to, but oh well.
There were so many things to do. First, we went on a jungle adventure in Discovery Woods.
Then we went to Bandit's Barnyard and got to pet a bunch of cute animals.
We had to stop for lunch, so we headed to the on-location restaurant and got burgers and fries.
After that, we walked through Storybook Land.
Next, we went to Buccaneer Bay and rammed our very own pirate ships into each other.
And then, we finally went to the water park, which is where we spent the most of our day. The only bummer thing was, there was no skip the line passes, so we had to wait in the long line like peasants.
At 7, after spending the whole day at Shining Waters, we were pretty tuckered out, so we walked back to the Magic School Bus, ate some ramen, the usual, and watched some pre-downloaded episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
On day 5, we got up at 8 o'clock, had some ramen for breakfast, and hit the road, arriving at Moncton Zoo for 10:30.
After spending a total of $30 on tickets, we walked around the zoo until 1:30, when we left and prepared ourselves some fine cuisine.
After a 30-minute lunch break, we headed to Magic Mountain, which was only a 2-minute walk across the parking lot. And yes, it is the second water park we will be visiting.
The 2 all-access tickets came out to a total of 54 buckaroos. This included the water park along with all the other attractions within Magic Mountain.
First, we decided to head to the arcade and play some of the classics like Yellow Ball Eats Tic Tacs, Harambe Throws Barrels at Short Fat Man, and Independence Day, just to name a few.
Then we went and played the 18-hole mini-putt. Pretty fun.
Finally, we ended with a couple hours at the water park.
When we left Magic Mountain at 7, we just decided to head back to our bus and keep it parked where it was overnight.
To finish off our day, we deeply enjoyed eating some ramen with water while watching some pre-downloaded episodes of Gossip Girl.
Day 6 started at 9, when we woke up and made ourselves each a nice bowl of spicy ramen. When we were done, we took the Magic Cool Bus to the Moncton Museum, which is a 16-minute drive from the Magnetic Hill parking lot,
where we had parked our bus last night. When we got to the museum, we each paid $10 admission and got to see the history of Moncton through vividly depicted artifacts and photographs.
At 12, we left the museum and walked to Mickey D's to grab some grub.
After that, we walked for half an hour to get to the Bass Pro Shop, for the sole purpose of each buying a white Bass Pro Shop cap to funnel out our inner cringy junior high self.
At 2, we decided we would go see a movie at the theater just a minute's walk away. So after we dropped $25 on tickets and $30 on food, we sat in our seats and prepared to watch Shrek 5.
When the movie finished at 5 o'clock, we decided it was time for dinner. So we went to McSweeney's, a dinner theater.
When we arrived at 5:30 after walking from the movies, we decided we would go all out and ended up spending $200.
After the play ended at 8, we had walked back to the Magic Cool Bus, too tired to watch anything, and went to sleep.
On day 7, we woke up at 10 and once again prepared ourselves each a tasty bowl of stringy starch and water.
After eating, we hit the road at 11 with our compass pointed east, back toward Nova Scotia, and that is where we went.
2.5 hours later, we arrived at our destination, the Museum of Natural History in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Before we went in, we ate a quick bowl of ramen.
The tickets were $6 each, which is a total steal for all the cool displays and interactive exhibits they house.
We left the museum at 5, and there was still time left in the day to do one more thing, Alexander Keith's. So we drove the Magic Cool Bus 6 minutes to the brewery, where we picked up a pint or two.
Please note that this is just a hypothetical scenario where we are old enough to both drink and drive, not at the same time, of course.
At 7, we parked our bus in an empty parking lot, ate some classic ramen, binged an entire season of pre-downloaded episodes of RuPaul's Drag Race, and then went to bed at around 4 in the morning.
Day 8, the final day of our pretty mediocre trip. So you may be asking yourself,
are you going to save the best for last? Are you going to do something super cool that you'll remember for the rest of your lives?
And the answer to both of those is no. We woke up late at 1 in the afternoon, cooked up some ramen. You never would have guessed, would you?
Then after that, we walked to the public gardens where we got ice cream from a small shop.
After an hour of eating ice cream and walking around later, we decided to walk 16 minutes to the Maritime Museum of the Atlantic. The tickets were $6. Pretty good deal.
After an hour of walking around and seeing everything, we decided it was time to leave the museum, so that is what we did.
When we got out, we were already on the waterfront, so we decided to walk down to the boardwalk and find a place to eat. And as we did, we saw a homeless man sitting on the ground begging for change.
And as we did no longer need it, I dropped the keys to the Magic Cool Bus into the man's cup, along with the remaining $634.25.
Let's just hope he doesn't go all Breaking Bad.
But in case you were wondering, here are the stats. Okay, bye.
Drop it.